The confirmed number of cases of the coronavirus in Los Angeles County today comes to 89,490. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 3,205. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 521, with total confirmed deaths at 50. Numbers are expected to increase as the county updates the last 24-hour period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Ben McCain. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, June 25th. As the city of Torrance continues its recovery efforts from COVID-19, you'll begin to see more facilities reopen, and the city is excited to add City Hall to that growing list. Beginning today, doors officially reopen to the public with safety modifications in place. You'll find social distancing reminders with floor decals and signs posted, as well as hand sanitizer stands available for the public to use. City Hall also returns to normal business hours, operating from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and closed every other Friday. Upon arrival to City Hall, guests will be greeted by a security guard in the lobby. And while visitors are not allowed upstairs just yet to various departments still working on safety modifications, the city clerk's office has reopened for regular business functions and is allowing one person in at a time due to the limited space in the office. Another popular recreational facility will make its modified return soon. The PLUNGE will allow swimmers to return beginning July 6th, and there will be modifications in place. Swimmers who want to get some laps in will need to go online and make a reservation ahead of time, as only one person will be allowed to swim per lane. Staff are reviewing all reopening plans from various swim rental organizations looking to rent out the entire pool to allow for swim training and conditional opportunities for youth and adults. Well, with COVID-19 cases continuing to rise throughout the U.S., one local hospital is opening up a dialogue tonight and inviting the public to join in. It's called Get the Facts on COVID-19 with coronavirus expert panelists, and it begins at 7 p.m. online. Torrance Memorial Medical Center will host a Facebook Live lecture and highlight the current state of the virus and what to do now and in the future. Topics also include various COVID-19 safety protocols in place and hospital safety measures being taken, and what to expect at your next doctor's visit in the COVID-19 era. Speakers include an infectious disease specialist, as well as doctors in family medicine, pathology, and emergency medicine. Go to facebook.com/Torrance Memorial. Alarming new numbers in California and across the country as more than 45,000 people were diagnosed yesterday with COVID-19. Health and government officials are urging Americans to continue to practice safety protocols as the fight against the disease is not over. Here in California, there was a 29% jump in hospitalizations and an increase in 18% of patients in intensive care just in the last 2 weeks. Experts are also seeing the biggest surge among young people in L.A. County. 40% of all new cases were of patients between the ages of 18 and 40. California Governor Gavin Newsom says the increase is due to the economy opening more and the recent protests and gatherings, as well as people just letting their guards down by not practicing the rules of social distancing, wearing face masks, and staying vigilant. In California, a mandate was issued for the public to wear face masks while outside their homes and in high-risk settings. A new study recently published shared interesting data on how COVID-19 antibodies are responding differently to those who have had symptoms and those who have not. Nature Medicine released a study done by Chongqing Medical University in China that found antibodies in people who never saw symptoms of COVID-19 could fade faster than those who tested positive and had symptoms. Researchers say that data suggest those who were asymptomatic had a weaker immune response to the virus, and 40% became negative for antibodies early on in their recovery compared to 13% who developed symptoms. It's unclear if those who recovered could be reinfected in a few months. Well, families looking to visit the happiest place on earth will have to wait a little longer. Disney Resorts announced they will postpone next month's phased reopening of Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. The Anaheim theme parks have been closed since mid-March due to the health crisis and had planned to welcome back guests on its 65th anniversary, which lands on July 17th. But the company decided to delay the opening as California officials say they won't be issuing reopening guidelines for theme parks until at least after July 4th, which won't be enough time to bring back thousands of employees to work. Now, while the theme parks won't open just yet, downtown Disney is still expected to reopen on July 9th. Disney is said to still be in negotiations with its unions to bring employees back to work. Since announcing the reopening 2 weeks ago, the resort received some pushback from employees and fans, citing that it was too soon to reopen, putting the community in danger of future transmission. Now, when they do reopen, many changes will be seen, including reservations needed to enter, temperature checks at the gate, face mask requirements and physical distancing, and reduced park capacity. The weekly report from the United States Department of Labor shows another nearly 1.5 million Americans filed for unemployment for the first time last week. Now, this is the 12th straight week of declines, a sign that layoffs are slowing down despite the high level of job loss. Here in California, more than 240,000 filed for first-time benefits. The new filings for the week ending on June 20th brings the total claims filed in the U.S. to 47.2 million since the economy shut down in March. The number of people who are receiving unemployment assistance also went down last week, which likely means employers are rehiring some of the workers who had been laid off. While this is a modest drop from the week before, data is showing a pattern of steady decline. With more than $2.4 trillion distributed to millions of Americans impacted by the economy shutting down, a recent audit found a number of erroneous payments made to deceased taxpayers. Nearly 1.1 million coronavirus relief payments were made, totaling some $1.4 billion, which should not have been sent. The government says the lag in data available that showed who was deceased was to blame. The government's accountability office, which in Congress is Congress's auditing arm, found the mistake. While government officials ask survivors to return the money, it's unclear whether they have to. Officials say the IRS did not use death records to prevent payments to deceased individuals for the first 3 batches of payments made. 2 more companies are adding to the list of businesses that have filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. GNC, the vitamin and dietary supplement company, says they plan to close hundreds of stores and search for a buyer. The 85-year-old chain plans to continue operating, but on a smaller scale. It plans to close 20% of its 5,800 retail stores, which amounts to about 1,200 locations across the U.S. GNC also sells its products in at least 1,200 Rite Aid stores. Company officials say close to 30% of its stores in the U.S. and Canada were forced to temporarily close due to the pandemic. And the parent company for Chuck E. Cheese, CEC Entertainment, also filed for bankruptcy protection today, blaming the financial strain on COVID-19 and the prolonged closures of its entertainment centers. So far, nearly 555 locations have reopened, with plans to open more locations weekly. The company has at least 16,000 employees and 47 locations in the U.S. and throughout 16 countries, including 2 right here in Torrance. A big-name retailer announced today that it's adding fresh groceries to its lineup of items that can be picked up curbside soon. Target is adding 750 fresh and frozen grocery items for in-store and drive-up curbside pickup, including produce, dairy, bakery, meat, and frozen products. Target officials say they will first start the expansion in the Midwest, but hope to have the services added to 1,500 more stores in time for the holidays. Both pickup in-store and drive-up curbside are free with no membership or minimum order required. Target already offers more than 250,000 items available for pickup across various categories. Well, we may have just celebrated summer solstice, but some might be thinking about Christmas already. That's because today is June 25th, which is also National Leon Day. That's Noel spelled backwards, and the national designation means we are exactly 6 months from Christmas. It's known as a day for some crafters to begin planning for their homemade gifts and decorations and to start thinking about the holidays so you can avoid that stressful last-minute rush. Well, if you're looking for something fun for the kids to do this summer, the city of Torrance is now offering in-person modified day camps. Now, with COVID-19, there are safety enhancements and protocols in place to ensure the safety of participants as well as staff. The summer fun event is called Camp Torrance, and each week parents can sign up for week-long camps that include arts, crafts, and games. Camp Torrance meets Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. for children ages 6 to 12. The program runs for 6 weeks. The cost is $150 per week for Torrance residents and $165 for non-residents. Registration is open for Torrance residents, and you can do that online now. Registration begins for non-residents on July 1st. Go to torranceca.gov/daycamps. El Camino College is also offering summer fun camps, but on a virtual platform. ECC's Education Department's annual Summer Kids College program is returning for children in grades 1 through 12. The 6-week program consists of either 1 or 2 week-long sessions. They run Monday through Friday from July 6th through August 14th. Now, due to COVID-19, all classes will be available on a virtual live remote platform. Workshops, camps, and classes range from filmmaking, musical theater, STEM and Legos, robotics, coding, writing, math, science, and much more. Registration is open and can be done online at eccommunityed.com. Parents are encouraged to enroll as soon as possible, as classes are expected to sell out quickly due to smaller class sizes. A local high school is just 1 month away from moving into its new home. Ambassador High School is moving to the former Southern California Regional Occupational Center located on Crenshaw Boulevard near Wilson Park. The high school made an announcement that they were able to sign a 5-year lease with SoCal Rock. This will allow staff and students to occupy 8,500 square feet of classroom space on a beautiful 10-acre campus. Officials say teachers will have larger classroom space. The campus will have new classrooms, office, and cafeteria spaces. Also, the classrooms will be large enough to practice social distancing with 25 students per room. In March, they announced they will also offer a new dynamic elective program to all students to find their purpose and to have the ability to experiment with multiple careers from art and humanities to science, research, and computer science. Some new courses include Principles of Engineering, Python programming, artificial intelligence, research seminary, theater production, and much more. Ambassador High School is a private Christian high school in the city that focuses on rigorous college preparatory and helps students to transfer college credit through early college and AP courses. They are partnered with LA Harbor College and now from Colorado Christian University. They plan to have an open house on July 25th. Well, the Volunteer Center, South Bay, Harbor Long Beach, is currently accepting donations to help stock their pantry. Donations received help to provide weekend meals to families through their Food for Kids program. Volunteers assemble and deliver bags of food filled with items to make at least 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 2 dinners. During the school year, these bags of groceries are dropped off at participating campuses in Torrance on Fridays. The school administration identifies the families with the greatest needs each week and then selects students who get to take home the groceries to share with their families. Non-perishable foods like canned vegetables, breakfast foods, peanut butter, and jelly are just some of the requested items in need. Now, summer accommodations have been made to ensure students aren't missing out on meals, as volunteers are scheduled to make special deliveries. Now, in order to make a donation, appointments must be made. You can do that online. Go to volcenter.org. Well, thanks to some special visitors in town, the city of Torrance will be more protected against brush fires. Nearly 200 goats have arrived in Torrance, and they have been busy all week at Walteria Reservoir. Every year, the city hires Michael Choi with Fire Grazers, Inc. to come out and clear brush across the city for fire mitigation. Other areas they plan to target include Via Corona, Old Elm Avenue, and Water Yard, along with Bluff and Newton Streets. The goats will eat their way through town for the next 2 to 3 weeks to clear 15 acres in total. Staff says goats are environmentally friendly and cost-effective for fire brush clearance. Choi says his goats graze flatland, hillsides, steep slopes, and hard-to-access terrain.
When you have a bunch of guys walking up and down a hill to clear the weeds and drag it down, often you'll get a lot of that dirt sliding down along with that because they've got to keep going up and down. Whereas the goats kind of compact it because they're not going up and down, they're going left and right, and they're stamping it down and they're fertilizing it at the same time. The goats also make much less noise than a mowing crew, which is a concern for a lot of people.
Staff has said the goats are very popular with the nearby residents. Well, as unique graduation events, drive-by diplomas, and social distance goodbyes take place through the month of June, we want to continue celebrating our class of 2020 and your big milestone. Whether it's a preschool promotion or college graduation and every milestone in between, send us your photo and let us know what school you are graduating from. We'll be sure to share it on our show. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. With the majority of Americans having to cancel traditional summer plans due to COVID-19, we want to see how you and your family are making special changes to ensure your summer fun isn't completely ruined and you're still finding ways to fill your summer days. Whether you're planning to go camping, take a road trip, or headed to a staycation somewhere, or just building a tent in your backyard, send us your trip itinerary, camping checklist, road map, or pictures from your special summer plans. We'd love to see how you are making the most of your summer and hopefully inspire others. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and reflect how Torrance truly cares. Well, a South Bay women's organization dedicated to serving the needs of the community is helping local students go to college. Sandpipers announced its 2020 class of scholarship recipients, with 2 from Torrance, who will join 13 others from around the South Bay. The 2 Torrance students to receive the honor this year are Jessica Tang from Torrance High School and Serena Rupani from West High School. Tang is heading to UCLA, where she will study mechanical engineering. Rupani will attend UC Irvine in the fall and hopes to be a criminal lawyer one day. Interesting fact, Rupani also was a former intern for the city of Torrance. The organization has provided financial assistance to college-bound students since 1941. In total, they've awarded $300,000 in scholarships. Sandpipers is a 100% volunteer-based organization that serves the South Bay community through charitable and philanthropic programs. The recipients were celebrated with drive-by events over the weekend. Now, if you have a great story or have photos or videos you'd like to share or just want to say hello, please email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. That's our update for COVID-19 Today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow. We will be broadcasting our show at 4 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend due to the extended length of this week's City Council meeting. Be sure to tune in as Colleen Farrell brings you the latest updates. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.